listening to. Okay, we're about to have an interesting moment learning about something very crucial. I think, yes, at the end of the day, this is more or less like the major reason a lot of us want to come into tech or want to learn tech skills. Yes, if we give out the statistics to a lot of people and we ask them, oh, why do you want to learn digital skills? So why do you want to learn a tech skill? I think number one, out of top five answers, I know number one would be to make money, right? So we want to talk about that in today's session. I believe we are excited to hear about it. Okay, so all of the skills we've been talking about so far, the different tech skills. Oh, video editing. Oh, we want to learn about game development. Okay, we want to learn about content creation, digital marketing. Yes, how exactly can you make money from this? How can you monetize that skill that you have gotten so far? Right? Because at the end of the day, we want to provide solutions, want to help our parents out. We want to, if we're struggling or in poverty, want to have sustainable income to ensure that you move your parent or community to a better place. So that is actually one of our goals at the Creative Kids Zone. Yeah, is to ensure that yes, every child in every family actually has a tech skill so they can move out of the poverty range or the insufficiency. So that's what I want to talk about today. I believe we're all excited because I am. I'm super excited to be here to talk to all of us. So let's just get started. My name once again is Damilola Ojo, and I'm the Executive Director of the Creative Kids Zone. Today, I just want to inspire you and possibly educate you on the different opportunities, right, that are available in the tech space and to gear you up and speak to you in a way that you can actually take action right now at this very moment to be able to turn whatever tech talent you have into something profitable. But first, you need to really understand, right? What value exactly does having a tech skill give you? So when you understand how valuable your tech skill is, then you know that you fully understand why we keep emphasizing on it. Okay, get this skill. Once you understand the value it has in the country, in the world, like globally, then you will know that it's something you must have, and you know that it's something that would definitely sustain you, right? If that is what you choose as a career path. So technology is not just, oh, the future, or that's where we're going to, or that's where the world is going, the new trend, AI. It's not. It's not like something we're looking up to. It's actually the present. It's here already, right? Whatever tools you use, whatever softwares we use, whatever applications are on your phone, the fact that your mobile phone is working, the fact that you're listening to me right now shows you the value of technology. And that makes you understand that, oh, if I can do this thing, it means I need to start bragging because I'm in high demand, right? Because companies are willing to pay a lot of money for talented individuals. What did I say? Talented what? Individuals, right? So it's not just enough for you to have just a tech skill and you're just, by the way, you're just average. You actually have to be talented, right? Companies are willing to pay people a lot of money, those that are innovative thinkers, those that can solve problems, those that can create solutions. Or I see this particular thing in my home not working well. Okay, how can I solve it? How can I create a solution to address it? That is actually the beauty of technology. It's all about problem solving, right? And the thing is, technology is useful or is applicable. You can literally use it in every industry. You can use it where in every industry. So yes, there's a question. So I want us to reply in the chat box if we can. So I want us to like mention, like I'll mention some industries and you like tell me, okay, what are the different applications of technology in each of these places. So the first industry is healthcare. So does anybody know what are the applications of technology in healthcare? Have you seen any example? Yes, how do you think technology skills apply in the health sector? Yes, so you can unmute yourself, you can reply in the chat. Okay, so someone says HMO. Yes, that is very, very correct, right? In terms of HMO, so basically HMOs stand, they have this verse 2 or application or software as a service whereby you can literally go to any hospital under them, under their plans or that utilizes their plans, and you can go there for your healthcare. And with just a click of a button, whatever hospital can know, okay, are you eligible for this treatment or this plan under the HMO, and the HMO can approve and say, yes, go ahead, treat this person without you having to pay any money, right? So in terms of emergencies, so far you have like an health insurance and HMO, you can go to these hospitals and get treated. And that is one interesting thing that technology has actually helped us to achieve. Very, very good, Timothy. That's a very great answer. So let's move on. Let's talk about finance. I know some of us would know this. Okay, so in the finance sector, in the banking industry, how do you think technology um is working there? How do you think technology is applicable there? So besides, feel free, you can drop answers in the chat box as well. Yes, so I just want this session to be as conversational as possible. Right, so finance, how is technology applicable in the finance industry, in the banking industry? Mobile transfer, absolutely correct, Emmanuel. Yes, so for me to go on my mobile phone and do style something, 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 or I open my bank mobile app, right? And I'm able to transfer money, right? And I get debited and the value of that money reflects in the other party's accounts. That is only possible with technology. Sometimes you ask yourself, okay, does the money fly out of my phone into the other person's phone? But well, technology, right, is something that is so special. So when you think about the olden days, okay, how were they sending money to each other? Sometimes I keep wondering, like, wait, this trade and barter system. So I have to be seeing you physically before I can actually exchange like value or money, right? But now you don't necessarily have to do that. Like you can literally from anywhere in the world send money to anybody, anywhere, right? And that is what how interesting technology is, right? So I'm still dwelling on the point. I'm still trying to explain the value of technology before we proceed. Right. Next application, education, right? So we have a lot of learning materials online. We have a lot of tools, softwares, right? Zoom, for instance, right? Because of technology, we can teach you these things, right? And you're in your home or in the office or anywhere and you're learning, right? That's education through technology. Then there's entertainment, right? You can listen to music, you can stream movies, right? Like it's so interesting, right? How technology plays a value in so many fields. So for instance, if you say, oh, I don't like coding, this and this, then you now think about, oh, entertainment. Oh, technology is applicable in entertainment, meaning I can learn how to edit pictures, I can learn how to edit videos. Those are technology skills, right? Um, so it shows you that you're not limited in terms of, okay, what technology skills is, right? Or what sector you can work. Or you're not limited in such a way that I say, okay, it's only those that know how to code that are tech people. No, right? So this shows you how broad and how applicable your value or your skill is, right? So we're going to talk about some practical steps, how we can start monetizing our skills. But before we go there, right, there are several examples of Nigerian entrepreneurs, right, that have shown us that, hey, this thing we're talking about is possible. I know a lot of you might not know some of these examples I'm sharing with you, but there's a company called Andela, and basically what this company does or did is they train software developers, that's the coders and all that, and they connect them with global opportunities, right? And despite all the challenges and whatnot, the company was able to transform the African tech landscape. So if you actually go back and you think about, okay, how did tech really have a voice in Nigeria or in Africa at large? This company, Andela, would be one of the major companies that people would actually mention and say, hey, I started my tech journey or my tech story from this company, right? And those are ways people have been able to transform or monetize their different skills, right? Having a belief or a vision that, yes, you can solve a particular problem, that you can bring new opportunities to a particular audience, right? That is very important when it comes to actually monetizing something. Okay, so what are the different tech skills, right? One can monetize. We know some of them already. So some of them, I'll just mention a few, right? There's coding, there's software development. So if you learn or know languages, things like Python, Java, JavaScript, HTML, CSS, website development, app development, or all of those, right? You can monetize your skills, right? Another tech skill is digital marketing. So, oh, do you understand social media marketing? Or is it emails marketing you want to focus on, right? Just helping people or helping individuals grow their online presence, right? That is another tech skill you can monetize. Another one is graphics design. So you have skills like Photoshop, Canva, like the simplest Canva, right? Or even Illustrator, like being able to create content, visually appealing content. You can see them in banners, in flyers, in products, all of these things. Graphic design is a very, very essential tool that skill that people are paying a lot of money for right now. Another one is data analysis, right? So for those of you that like mathematics a lot, this is one field I would actually recommend, or a skill I recommend to you. If you like math, if you like Excel, right? Just working with data. So being able to help people make informed decisions with data. For instance, oh, should I sell rice or should I sell beans? And then you have a data saying, oh, 80% of Nigerians eat rice more than beans. That is like the power of what data analysis does, right? And that is a skill you can have and earn money from. And the final one I want to mention now, yeah, there are a lot others. The final one I want to mention is cybersecurity. A lot of people don't talk about this enough, but every company or every organization, no matter what you're doing, you need an element of cybersecurity because digital threats are not stopping. They're even increasing, right? You get numerous emails saying, oh, I have one money somewhere for you. Can you click on this link? Okay, oh, somebody hacked your account. Can you click on this to restore it? Right? So a lot of companies, especially if you're earning a lot of money in your company and you want to keep it safe, you always are in need of a cybersecurity person. So that is one thing, right? They would actually pay so much money for someone that is talented in that skill, right? So this, once you identify, okay, what is the tech skill that I have? What exactly do I have? So I want us to drop in the chat section if we're still here. What examples, what tech skills do you think you have? So Timothy, what tech skill do you have at the moment, right? What tech skill do you have? Because I want to be able to pick a case study, probably yours, and use it to explain in-depthly, okay, this is the tech skill Timothy has. Okay, let me walk him through the process of monetizing that particular skill. Okay, good. I have an example here. So graphic design. So yes, I'm just going to be using graphics design as my case study. Okay, if you have a graphics design tech skill, how do you monetize it? So I don't know. Are we excited to be going to that part, right? Are we excited? Because I am. Okay, so if I have a graphic design skill, how do I monetize it? All right, so let's get started. So the first thing is you need to ask yourself, on a level of 1 to 10, right? Where would your skill level fall? All right. Or are you just beginning? Are you in the middle? Or are you like very good? So once you understand that, you know, okay, what type of opportunities you go for and what type of learning materials you need to go for, right? I've discovered a lot of people graduate university these days, and yeah, they learn a tech skill in, they do like a 3 days training, right? And immediately they want to be earning $1 billion on that particular, just because of the 3 days training they did. Right. If you had previous knowledge before that 3 days training, yeah, I guess it's possible. But oh, it's your first exposure to tech, to that particular skill, and you did maybe a 1 day or 3 days training, and immediately you want to start earning all the money in the world. Yes, you can earn money, but maybe not that much until you get to a certain level of skill, right? So the more value you can offer, the more people are willing to pay for. At the end of the day, people say, right, you earn based on your value, right? Okay, what you get money, people pay you based on what value you are offering them. All right. So if you're designing just copy and paste Canva templates, right? People will pay you based on what you're doing, right? But when you take it a bit further and you're designing based on, oh, this is what the client needs, this is what the company needs, oh, I'm adding the company colors, I'm adding all these other things. Right? People look at the work and say, wow, this is fantastic. How much do you want to collect? Okay, so the first thing is identify what skill level you're in, right? Once you know that, then you'll be able to follow all of these processes and like just take it gradually. The next thing is building a strong portfolio. So what is a portfolio? Portfolio is basically a combination of all of the works you have done before, right? All of the projects, works, either personal or client work you've done before, right? So for instance, you come to me and you say, hey, I'm a graphic designer. I want to help you do your work, or I want to handle your social media for your company. And the first thing I'll ask you is, okay, what have you done before? Can you show me the type of things you've done, right? It could be that, oh, you're working simply on Canva. So basically, you just have to put together different Canva designs and like upload it as a slide or something. So you can easily show anybody and say, okay, these are things I've done before. Some of them are real life projects, or some of them are just practice projects. And I'm like, I like your concept. I like your thinking. Okay, do a trial project for me. All right. So yes, every tech person, most of the time, most of the time, when you go for even interviews or whatnot, right? The first thing they ask you for is your portfolio. If you're a tech skilled person, that's the first thing they ask you for. So you're not too young to start building one. Okay, if you're going into any tech skill, even website development, the portfolio is okay. What are the examples of the different websites you have built before? It could be your practice projects, it could be the one you did for somebody. So how can you put all of those things together and say, hey, this is my portfolio? All right. So another way you can earn. So once you have a portfolio, you can start applying for internships, right? There are a lot of internships out there that I can apply for. I can also speak with people one-on-one and say, okay, this is what I do, and I would like to help you do this or get this done. Okay. Then the next thing after you have a portfolio, right, is to network. At the end of the day, your network is your net worth, right? So how many people do you even know? Do you have within your vicinity or within your space, right? So you need to connect with other professionals. Okay, are there other teenagers like yourself who are also in this graphic design skills? Okay, and where can I meet them? Is it social media? Is it tech events? Right? Where can I meet other teenagers like myself doing this particular thing? Or even where can I meet other professionals, right? That have gone ahead and are doing successfully well in this graphic design field. Where can I meet them? Where can I see them to ask them questions, right? To learn from them. Okay, how can I get them to learn from them, right? That is where networking comes in. You being able to connect with different professionals, right? In this particular field that you are looking to start earning from. Okay. And you once you do that, then they can now connect you to a lot of opportunities. So most of the time I tell people most of the jobs or projects or whatnot that I've done as a UI UX designer came from recommendations. And that is to say the people I have in my network understand, okay, the value, this is the skill I offer, and they're like always open to share opportunities. So that is the kind of people you actually want to have in your network. People who are willing to share opportunities with you. Okay, so build that network. It's very important, right? Your friends, make sure there are people who are also interested in like learning skills or growing professionally, right? So the next thing is continuous learning, because technology is always evolving or changing. There are times you need to even learn on the job. Okay, for instance, I come and, oh, you're a graphic designer, yes, or you come to meet me and I give you, okay, take, I want you to do this book cover for me. And I say, no, I cannot do it. Sorry, I've not learned and reached that level. But honestly, I know some of you say that, some teenagers do that, some people do that, even adults, right? But the interesting thing you can learn is, even if you've not done it before, you shouldn't automatically say no, right? You should say, okay, I might not have done this before, but I'm willing to learn. And don't worry, I'm going to deliver on this. And you take it upon yourself to learn how to do that. And there are a lot of learning resources, free ones for that matter. There are paid ones, there are free ones on YouTube, on Coursera, on like different platforms, right? You can learn on all of these platforms. So I'm still talking about the steps to monetize your tech skills, right? Because there are a lot of people that, when I started training people on UI UX, a lot of people, like 1 month later, they come to me and say, Dami, I've not started any money, right? And I tell them, okay, where's your portfolio? No portfolio. I ask them, okay, what can you do? Okay, I have this job. Okay, can you do this? And they're like, oh no, I've not done something like that before. So that is, dude, that's why I'm addressing all of these issues one after the other, because it's actually a process, right? It's a process, so that along the line, you'll not come back and meet me and say, oh, I told you guys that, oh, after 2 months or 2 weeks or 1 month, you guys will start earning money, right? It is actually a process. Yes, there is money and there are ways of making money, but it's a process. I actually need to follow that particular process. Okay, other ways you can learn is, or you can earn from your skill, right, is to create a product with that skill. Okay, so is it graphics design you know how to do? Okay, what products can you do? Can you create a journal and sell to people? Can you create, it could be as simple as calendar. Every year, every December, people buy calendar, right? So I'm a graphic designer. I know how to design calendar. I design it, I take it to a printer. I print for maybe 50 naira, right? And I sell for 100 naira. Yeah, I'm making money already, right? So think about, okay, what products can you create? You have to think about the markets. You have to do your research if that's the line you want to go to, right? Think about the market, think about the places or things, right? You can, like, people need in terms of physical products now, right? Could even be software product. Okay, what software, if you're a software developer or a website developer, for instance, okay, what website can I create? What product can I create that people can download and pay me for? Okay, yes. So another way you can earn is by starting a blog. Right. So a lot of times when people are researching or trying to find answers, they go on YouTube, or sorry, they go on Google and they type, okay, how to do this, right? And they see a lot of articles. And then you need to ask yourself, if that particular field or area is your field, for instance, oh, maybe I'm starting my own graphic design journey, and I'm looking for, okay, how to download Photoshop online. And you're someone that has gone through that process. You can easily start a blog and start writing articles on these things, okay? Oh, how to download. And immediately I go on Google and I search, I see your article and I read it. And with more people reading your article or your blog, right, with the numbers increasing, you can now add adverts in there, right? And Google can pay you for these adverts. So the same thing is similar to starting a YouTube channel. Okay. So if you start a YouTube channel, you can share what value, what knowledge, what skills you have through like tutorial videos. For instance, oh, you just learned something new on maybe Canva or one of these graphic design tools or Photoshop. Maybe you've been struggling with it and you just learned it, right? You can easily go create a video and upload it on YouTube, and someone somewhere maybe experiencing that same challenge can stumble on your video. And then if you're consistent with it and you get a number of followers and a number of viewers, then you can now start making income through ads or sponsorships, right? So these are like diverse ways you can make money or monetize your tech skill. Yeah, the most obvious one is maybe getting a job, right? The interesting thing is you're not too young to get a tech job, right? Most companies, especially out of the country, right, they are offering internship positions to young people now, right? Like so, there are even some companies that your university certificate is not necessarily relevant for you to get a job, so far you have a skill, right? So that tech skill is really essential. So you can start researching if you're in your senior secondary school, if you're in right junior secondary school, you can start researching. Okay, wow, once I'm done with SS3, I want to work with Google, or I want to work with Facebook, or I want to work with Microsoft. You can start searching, okay, what programs do Google offer? All right. And if you check online, you will see a couple of internship programs, right, that Google offers, right, for high school leavers, yeah, secondary school leavers. Right. So that is something you want to start researching on and start gaining skills for. Companies like Oracle, for instance, they have incubation programs, accelerator programs for people who want to come into cloud, because that space, a lot of people don't really take so much interest in there. So they're particular about training and creating programs that can bring people in there, right? So these are ways you can start earning as soon once you're skilled to the level that they want, right? Okay, so I'm going to pause a little bit to see if there are questions. Okay. All right. So if you have any questions, please feel free to drop it on the chat. I'll be willing to take up questions. Okay, so let's continue. So in terms of, there are different ways. I just mentioned a few. So if there are others that you've maybe thought about or you've like heard of somewhere, you can also drop it on the chat, right? But one thing I would say is there is no fast route, right? A lot of people will say, okay, some people would say Yahoo Yahoo is also a tech skill, but that is a fast route, and most of the time it doesn't end well, right? So even if you have a tech skill, right, you shouldn't use it for bad. You should try as much as possible to use your skill to create value. That is how you create lasting wealth, right, for yourself and for your family, and not the quick one that a lot of youths are after this day, right? So what value do you have? Okay, so there's some people or some of my friends, right? Oh, some maybe growing up in the university, some of them will say, they are learning tech skill. Okay, how much money do you have now, right? They were back then into gambling or Yahoo and all of those things. And yeah, the money was coming in quickly for them at that point. But yeah, they will make jest of you. You're coding, you're this, you're that, right? Come and join us and all of those things. But the interesting thing is, at the end of the day, if you look back how many years after, you actually see the difference between those who went the straight path or the correct path, right, into generating or monetizing their skills than those who cheated others or extorted money from others online just because they knew how to use the computer. So monetizing a skill can be challenging. It's going to take a lot of time sometimes, and it's going to need your patience, right? But once you have this skill, the thing is nobody can take it away from you. You just have to just constantly top it up, learn new things, research on ways. Okay. So if you go online, for instance, now and you type, okay, how to make money with as a graphic designer, you see a lot of options. You see options like, oh, going to Fiverr, going to Upwork, or some of these platforms, right? That you can become a freelancer on and you start making projects for clients, right? So these are different ways, right, that you can monetize your skill. But you just have to know that at this point, it might not be steady, right, at the beginning stages. But the thing is, as you keep growing and you keep developing yourself in this skill and keep making a name for yourself and becoming one of the talented ones, and you keep solving a problem, right? Then you're bound to become successful in this skill or in the field, in the tech field in general. Okay, um, so whatever opportunities you find in terms of, okay, solving a problem, creating a solution, helping someone build something, yes, please go for it. And I would say a lot of times when I was starting out back then, I did a lot of free projects, right? But there are youths nowadays that you tell them, okay, to do something, in as much as you know that you're just learning, but they're like, oh, I can't do it for free. And then they end up not doing that thing and not learning anything new, right? So there are times that, especially when you're learning or when you're growing, that you might have to do some projects without thinking of, oh, what are you going to earn as a result, right? You need to volunteer and work in some companies as to emphasize on that particular tech skill you have. Like Timothy, Manuel, you mentioned data analysis. Okay, there are times as you're learning or you still want to equip yourself further, you might need to work in a data analytics company and say, hey, can I intern with you guys for a month or 2 months or 3 months? And yeah, I don't mind if you guys don't pay me, but I want to learn this skill. Right? There are times that would happen actually at the beginning of your journey. So don't don't think, oh, I need to be paid, my skill needs to be valued. And like, no, you cannot do any free project or whatnot, right? Those would come around especially at this time. But as you keep developing yourself, and as you keep getting really good, then you keep increasing the offer you get in reward for your value, right? So see your tech skill as a powerful tool that can actually change your life and that can take you around the world, right? It's something that is possible. If your dream is to travel around the world, if your dream is to go to different countries, tech is something that can take you to those places. So you don't have to, okay, picture that dream and say, okay, I'm going to make a determination to succeed. So every day when you wake up, okay, what are you doing to add to your tech skill? Okay, what new thing are you learning to add to your tech skill? Because that's the only way you're going to now exchange that particular value for money. So I'm going to take questions. If there are any questions, comments, questions from anyone. Monetizing your tech skill. Monetizing your tech skill. Yeah, so I think an assignment I would give to us is, okay, so can you go online and check for some teenagers or young people, go on YouTube specifically, and check for some teenagers or young people who are sharing their tech skill knowledge online and they have a lot of subscribers, right? And I want you to give me the examples on the Telegram channel. Okay, so assignment, so go on YouTube, check for a couple of teenagers, right? Just research, right? Teenagers that are sharing tech skill knowledge, and then let me have their names on the Telegram group. So the major thing I want to emphasize is you're not too young to actually start creating the kind of values and creating a better world for yourself. So thank you very much for having me into this session. I would look forward to your questions. If you don't have any now, I'll also be on Telegram. So if you have questions at any point, you can always ask me. Okay.
Yeah, thank you, Miss Dami. Thanks for that wonderful section. It was really great. And yeah, I hope all of us learned one or two things. And yes, I actually learned a lot. Like me now, I'm a UI UX designer. Since strike period, I just dropped it somewhere. But now I'm ready to start. Now I'm ready to start. So Koyejo, please can you unmute your mic and please can you tell us one or two things you've learned so far? Koyejo, please, are you there? Okay. While we're waiting for Koyejo, Emmanuel. Hello, Emmanuel. Timothy.
Yes.
Yeah, good evening. So please, can you just tell us one or two things you've learned and what are the steps you are planning to take?
All right. Yeah. Just like the topic itself, monetizing yourself effectively. I, I use this opportunity to gain a lot of insight in terms of apps that are being developed to solve problems in terms of the tech apps that are being developed to solve tech problems in different sectors in our day-to-day activities. Then, considering the fact that these are tech inclined, looking at some of these apps that serve to solve problems, the advantages of them, and how smart they are. Then, looking at other uh, aspects of what you can see, I can look at what some of these developers have done and what I've been seeing from my own part based on my creativity. Develop a particular solution. I can see based on what you mentioned concerning the assignment, going through the details and seeing what and what other people are doing, especially teenagers, youth and teenagers, what they are doing to solve problems and the followers they have. Things are what yeah, and what
Amazing, amazing. Thank you, Timothy, for sharing. So you learned a lot of things, um, and how you're going to start applying all of them, which is very, very, very interesting to know. So yes, and also for the assignment, yes, feel free to drop your answers on the Telegram community. I'll be on the lookout for it. So if you have any other further questions, yes, don't hesitate to drop them as well.
Yeah, that's will be the that comes to the end of today's section, and we'll be seeing you soon. That's tomorrow. We'll drop a message for the next section. That will be on Friday, and we have another section, an Instagram live. Please, I want you all to join. We'll be dropping our Instagram and the Telegram group, and I know you learn one or two things from it also, and you benefit a lot from it. So thanks for your time and thanks for everything. See you on Friday.